Hello citizens, welcome to the warm-up section. So before playing this game, the first thing you must do is get a warm-up in. So you can either do your own self warm-up or you can do the warm-up provided in the rule booklet. So on page 1 we have the warm-up right here, and the routine is we have 10 inchworms, 20 air squats, 10 hip circles, 20 glute bridge, and 10 cat camel. Repeat it for 2 rounds, and that will get you warmed up for the next section. So the warm-up is completed. The next step is to come to the board and figure out what each exercise is. So what I do is I go with the group so that every player knows what each exercise is on the board. If one player doesn't know an exercise, what they can do is you guys can refer to the exercise guide, and this will have everything you need for each exercise. So say example, seal jack. You don't know what a seal jack is. So I would go to the exercise guide, go to S, and we have a picture illustration of what the exercise is with a written description that you can read of how to perform the movement. We also have a QR code that you can scan with your phone to go to a video demonstration to showcase what the exercise is. So once each player in your group or your crew knows what each exercise is, you can move on to the next section and start the game. Welcome to multiplayer mode, and this is the fan favorite way to play the game, and it's good for 3 to 10 players. So step 1, what you're going to do first is to set up workout stations for all your players. So to set up workout stations, usually I just use a pylon like this, or you could use an exercise mat, whatever you have at home. You don't need to use these, but I like to be organized. So you're going to set up workout stations for each player. You want to have it 10 feet away from the board. So wherever you set up the board, 10 feet away from it, you want to set up players 10 feet or more to set up the workout stations. And you want to set it up 10 feet away from the board and 2 to 5 feet away from each other. So everyone is nice and distance and they have a nice little workout space. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to set up the board. To set up the board, take out the game bag, and then you just take everything out. We have 3 players. We're going to put the game pieces here. We got the sand timers here. We have the dice. And we have the game cards. So these game cards, you can keep in the bag or take them out. Usually I keep them in the bag if I'm playing outdoors and it's windy. But if it's not windy, I take them out, or if I'm playing indoors, I take them out. So step 3 is setting the games they need to win, which literally means how many laps around the board a player must complete before they win the game. So if I set the games to 3, that means the player must complete 3 laps around the board before they win the game. So if you check on the rule booklet, page 4, I have a gains table, a legend basically, which shows the different levels that you can set the gains to. So 3 gains is roughly a short game, 10 to 15 minutes. 5 gains, 15 to 25 minutes. 7 gains, 25 to 35 minutes, and so forth. So you can set it to whatever you want. I usually just do 3 gains. So 3 gains means 3 laps around the board. So I'm going to set the gains to 3. So how you collect a gain? To collect a gain is you must complete 1 revolution around the board, passing gain start here. So right here is gain start here. Once you pass gain start here, you can tick off a mark to collect a gain. So every time you pass gain start here, you get 1 gain. So that's how you collect gains. So the next step is you set the gains. Next step is to set the player's name and color on the board. So we have the player section board right here. You're going to put the player's name and the color piece. So today we have Eric playing. He's going to be red. Steve is going to be purple. And then we have Lucy, and she's going to be pink. So you're going to set the names and the game piece color here. We do that because sometimes when players are playing the game, they forget what game piece they are. So that way I put down the color of the game piece there, so it cues them in to know what color they are. So once we have the board set up, the next step is to have everyone come to the board, and we're just going to showcase what some of these exercises are, just in case they don't know, and what the black circles are. So once everyone comes to the board and we just showcase the exercises, if everyone knows what each exercise is, then the next step is to go to the black circles. So the first black circle we have is a circuit challenge. So the circuit challenge just means completing the 3 exercises on the board in a row before rolling again. So the next one we have, black circle, is the 1-minute plank. So if you land on 1-minute plank, you take a sand timer and you complete the plank. This will probably be the first time you ever planked with a sand timer, so it'll be fun. So once the sand timer is completed, the plank is done, come back to the board, put down the sand timer, put it back where the sand is at the bottom, and then roll again. So the next one we have is lucky. So lucky, these are good or bad, and you're gonna pick up a game card. So if you land on lucky, you pick up a game card, and these can be good or bad. So we have here 50 air squats, that's a bad one. So you have to complete 50 air squats before coming back to the board and roll again. Once you complete the 50 air squats, just put the card at the bottom and roll again. And we have more circuit challenge. So those are all bad ones. Some good ones you can have are anything that says play this card. So if you have a play this card like half it or play this card, skip it. So skip it, you can skip any exercise or circuit challenge or 1-minute plank anytime you want. So if you pick up a skip it card, you can save it, just put it to the side, put it in your pocket, put it somewhere safe. And if you land on something you don't want to do, like say you land on 20 burpees, you can activate the skip it card and then skip the burpees, roll again, and then put this card at the bottom. The half it card is the same thing. Anytime you activate it, that means you do half the rep. So 20 burpees, you're going to do 10 burpees, and then you put the card at the bottom and roll again. So that's what happens if you land on lucky. If we land on this next one, this next black circle, go to plank. You literally move your game piece all the way to 1-minute plank, take a sand timer, complete the plank. Circuit challenge, the 3 exercises in a row. 100 high knees is the next one. 100 high knees, 50 high knees per side, so 100 altogether. And then we have another lucky one over here. You pick up a card, could be good or bad, and we're back to game start here. So those are the game pieces, or those are the spots on the board that the players must know. So the next step, so step 4, is setting the starting positions. So to set up the starting positions, each player must come to the board, they roll, but they don't exercise yet. We're just setting up the starting spots. And then, so once we have the starting spots set up, now all the players go to their exercise stations, so their workout stations. So once everyone is at their workout stations, we do together a 3, 2, 1 games, and everyone starts working out. So they start doing their exercises, and once they complete the exercise, they come back to the board, roll again, and move to the next spot and complete the exercise again before coming back to the roll again. So there's no need to wait for anyone to finish their exercises. Once you finish, you come back to the board, roll again, and move to your next spot and complete the next exercise. And then once the first player that goes around the board 3 times, passing gain start here 3 times and collecting gains each time they pass here. So just every time you pass the gain start here, collect a gain, and the first person to hit 3 gains, they win the game. And that's that. So that's how you play multiplayer mode. Have fun. Hey citizens, welcome to team mode. So team mode is a great way to play the game because now you can play in bigger groups. So it's similar in the way you play multiplayer and the way it's set up. So you set up the workout stations, you set the gains, you put down the team names and colors, you set up your starting positions. But now the only difference is now that you're in a team. So let's, for example, say we have a team of 3 players. So whatever we land on, say we landed on 10 push-ups, so each one of us have to do 10 push-ups each, but we can transfer the reps between the team members. So we landed on 10 push-ups. So in total, we have to do 30 push-ups. I could do 10, he could do 10, the last person could do 10. Or I could do 20, and they could do 5, and the other person could do 5. or I can do 15, that person can do 10, and the last person can do 5. So as long as we hit the total together, 30, we can split the reps however which way we want to. So those are the only differences between teams and multiplayer. And that's how you play team mode. Have fun. Hey citizens, welcome to solo mode. And solo mode's another way to play the game in which you're not facing anyone, you're just facing yourself. So it's a great way to get a workout in at home, or if you're doing date night with somebody, you could do partner mode as well. So the first step is what you're gonna do is set up the workout stations. After that, you're gonna set the gains. I set it to 3, so it means once I complete 3 laps around the board, I complete the game. Next step is gonna put my name down. I have my name here, Eric. I have my game piece right here. I'm gonna set my starting position, just like that, 7, 10 plank press. So I'm gonna go to my workout station, I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1 gains, complete the 10 plank press, come back to the board, roll again, and I move to my next spot until I hit 3 laps around the board, and then I complete the game. Partner mode is the same exact thing, except now we have 2 players on the team, partners, and say we landed on 30 glute bridge. We each have to do 30 glute bridge, or we can transfer the reps between each other because we're partners, so it's one another person. We can transfer the reps between each other. So 30, I could do 40, the next person can do 20, or we can do 30, 30. And once we complete the 60 reps in total, come back to the board, roll again, move to the next game spot until we hit 3 laps around the board to get 3 gains to finish the game. So that's how you play solo / partner mode. And yeah. Have fun, guys, and on to the next stop. Since you finished off your board game session, but the next step is to make sure you stretch after your workout. So we have a stretch routine in the rule booklet that you can follow, or you can do your own stretch as well, as long as you complete a stretch. We have the stretch routine here, 30 seconds. 30 seconds aside, shoulder stretch, side lunge stretch, standing quad stretch. If you don't know what any of these stretches are, we have the exercise guide that shows you cases what each stretch is, because I want to make it so simple for you guys. So like we have the forward bend stretch with the illustration, or you can scan the QR code to see the video. Yeah, just trying to make it easy for you guys. Make sure you hold each stretch for 30 seconds. And yeah, once the stretch is complete, the game is over, and it's time to go hang out. All right, see you guys, till next time.